Again, guys, I don't want to make it very political. Hindi ito about whether I support this or support that. It's really just about me trying to understand how these new rules will affect me as a citizen of Canada. Hello everyone, this is me again, Joy Fajardo. Welcome back to our YouTube channel. This is Joy in Alberta. And for today, may pag-uusapan nga tayo na very controversial topic. But at the same time, naisip ko na i-share to sa inyo kasi I personally want to know how this will affect me as a resident of Canada, di ba? So, I know na makakatulong din to sa ating mga kababayan at sa marami pang ibang tao na makakapanood nitong video na ito. So, ano nga ba yung topic natin for today? Today is March 4 and today nag-start yung pag-i-impose ng tariff sa Canada products and Mexican products ng US. Okay, so si US ang naglagay ng tariffs for products coming from Canada and US. 25% tax on many products coming from Canada and 10% tax on energy products from Canada. Siyempre, ako naman, hindi naman ako mahilig sa mga politika whatsoever, pero kailangan aware tayo kasi sabi nga, nung pinakinggan ko kung ano yung sinabi ng ating Prime Minister, sabi niya, he won't sugarcoat it. I think yun yung ginamit niyang term. He won't sugarcoat it. It's gonna be tough. Pinag-uusapan na rin nila yung mga EI benefits, pagiging flexible ng EI benefits, and so on and so forth. So, parang, syempre ako naman is, na intriga din ako no kung ano ang effect niya, direct effect niya sa akin as hindi naman ako politiko, hindi naman din ako ganun ka. Alam mo yon, ano yung epekto niya sa akin bilang isang normal na mamamayan ng Canada? So, yun yung pag-uusapan natin today. Unang-una sa lahat, bakit daw ba nagdagdag nitong or bakit naglagay na ng tariff? Ang weird lang kasi ang sinabi dito ay dahil daw yon sa issues ng illegal immigration at saka ng fentanyl crisis. So, hindi ko masyadong gets kung ano yung correlation. Pero kung alam nyo guys, comment nyo sa baba. Pero gusto ko lang kayo bigyan ng background. Bakit naglagay ng tariff? Tinanong ko nga itong si Marimong Google kung ano ang epekto niya sa akin bilang isang citizen. So, number one is rising prices on imported goods. So, hindi lang natin ramdam, pero si Kiko, sabi nga niya, kasi galing siya sa logistics company, alam niya na ang Loblaws, ang Superstore, ang Walmart, marami siyang products na nanggagaling ng US. So, hindi lang natin masyadong nahahalata na US products pala yun. Kasi it's a common commodity na makikita mo siya alam mo yun, parang normal mo siyang makikita at hindi mo na rin iisipin na US product pala to. Best example ko sa akin ay, eto hindi ko masyadong sure. Actually, ma-confirm natin today. Tingnan natin Ito. We were trying to buy the specific product of milk, brand of milk for Vibe. Ito kasi yung gamit namin. Wala kaming makita na ganito. As in from, nakatatlong superstore kami at wala kaming mahahanap. Tapos, dun sa third na superstore na pinuntahan namin, yung sales lady ang nagsabi sa amin na it's probably gonna be tough to find it in the future, or it probably is gonna be more expensive even if you find it because this is a US brand. So, disclaimer lang guys, yung mga sinishare ko sa inyo ay galing lang din sa online. So, if may masasabi ako na hindi ganun ka-accurate, please correct me. Pero this specific brand, tama nga, this is from the US. So, bumili na kami ng ibang milk brand for Vibe. Dahil nga wala kaming makitang ganito. So, yun siya. The second is limited access to certain products. Yun, correlated. Rising prices, limited access. And then, increased cost for Canadian businesses. Kasi syempre, may mga Canadian businesses na nakabase sila sa mga US products din. Including, say, for example, yung mga ginagamit nila for cooking. For example, yung liquor. Today, I think dal na siya sa Canada. O yun, may concern lang din sa increased cost for Canadian businesses to run, di ba? Yun lang naman yung ibinigay ni Google sa akin na parang top concerns as a citizen. Talagang tataas yung mga presyo ng mga bagay-bagay. So, mag-ready tayo na mag-increase ng ating budget, or let's be extra smart with picking what we buy, and let's support local. Siguro yun yung another thing na pwede natin gawin, di ba? So again guys, itong vlog na to, it's not political, and this is just based on what I'm reading. So, I'm making myself aware of these things, and at the same time, gusto ko ding i-share sa inyo para pare-pareho tayong natututo. Yan. Tinanong ko si Google, ano naman yung effect niya sa mga newcomers at sa mga estudyante. Pretty much the same. Nakalagay lang dito higher cost of living. Syempre, lalo na sa mga newcomers and students, they just came here. Nag-a-adjust pa lang sila pero agad-agad biglang tataas yung mga product prices. So, ramdam na ramdam, mas sharp yung pag-change dahil nga dun sa nangyayari ngayon. And another problem na sinabi din ni Google is yung availability din ng mga jobs. Kasi hindi naman langid sa kaalaman natin na ang mga international students, they're allowed to work for a certain number of hours. And because of the mga nangyayari, there might be limitation or limited opportunities for part-time jobs and things like that. So, yun yung isang sinabi din niya. Financial strain. So, of course, because nga nabigla tayo sa, lalo na yung mga newcomers and mga students, naiba na eh. So, from Philippines, say for example, to Canada, mas mahal na matik, pero mas naging mahal pa because of everything that's happening with tariffs between US and Canada. Increased living expenses. This one is correlated sa mga rental owners. Kasi tinanong ko si Google kung ano ba ang epekto nito sa akin bilang isang rental property owner. And it says there na you might need to increase your rental price kasi nga may mga magtataas. So, because magtataas ng rental si property owner or si rental homeowner, si landlord, directly ma-affect ang mga newcomers, ang mga international students. Tataas ang cost of living, ang living expenses. Tapos ito pa guys, yung mga electronics, mga clothings, may potential yan na magmahal. Kasi nga, may mga galing sa US, di ba? Ng mga brands. So yun siya. Tuition fees could also be affected. Although it's not directly parang related, hindi directly affected ang tuition fees ng tariffs. But if the school itself ay mas nagmamahal lahat ng cost para makapag-operate sila, tumaas ang operating cost, tumaas ang maintenance cost and everything ng mga schools. So, indirectly, maaapektuhan ng mga tuition fee ng international students then potentially. And as I've mentioned, potentially fewer job opportunities then lalo na yung mga part-time jobs. Kasi sabi dito, economy weakens because of the tariffs, there could be fewer job opportunities for international students. And yun nga, difficulty adjusting to new financial realities. So for international students who are new to Canada, this situation could be an extra layer of difficulty. They might be unfamiliar with how to handle rising prices or budget effectively in a new country. It could also add stress to an already challenging transition. So yun yung sabi niya dito. So, nabanggit ko na kanina ano yung epekto niya sa akin as a rental property owner, increased cost for maintenance and repairs. So, if may mga papalitan kang mga bagay-bagay, ang dami kasi, sabi ko nga, hindi lang natin napapansin kasi common commodity siya. Pero kung wari, as simple as your microwave, your washing machine, your cell phone, yung mga oven, toaster, microwave, may mga galing sa US na mga products na ganun. Meron din naman sa Canada, pero merong mga merong US brand. So, again, bakit ka ba mag-import if you have enough? Or, alam mo yun. So, there for sure is gonna be some changes. Sabi nga ni Trudeau, it's gonna be tough. Hindi na natin siya i-sugarcoat. Magiging mahirap talaga siya. So, if si property owner like us, may mga paliting mga appliances or meron kaming gustong ipagawa, there is a chance na maapektuhan yung mga cost ng mga iyon dahil dito sa additional tariff na ito. Again, indirectly related, labor cost. So, syempre, nagtaasan lahat ng mga bagay-bagay sa buhay. Ang mga laborer, they would want to increase some of their fees. So, indirectly, pwede din tayong maapektuhan nun. Yun nga, potential rent hikes, nabanggit ko na to kanina guys. So, dahil magtataas ang mga maintenance cost, oil, potentially, di ba, pwedeng maapektuhan din siya. So, dahil magtataas lahat, magtataas ka rin ang presyo ng bahay, maaapektuhan ng mga renters. Yon. Ito yung interesting, no? Kasi, naku-curious din ako, ano ba yung impact nun sa value ng bahay? Bababa or tataas ba ang presyo ng bahay? Dalawa yung nakalagay dito, no? Hindi ko sure kung alin dito ang mas accurate. Number one is, if the economy takes a hit from the tariff war, housing markets could be affected. A slowdown in the housing market might cause property values to drop, impacting both owners and investors. If you're looking to sell your rental property, you might not get the return on investment you'd hope for. So ito yung isa sa sinabi na pwede na mag-drop ang property values dahil dito sa tariff war na ito. Pero meron namang contradicting. Kung naman ikaw ay bibili, so kung ikaw ay magbibenta, it might not be a good time for you to sell. Pero kung ikaw na naman na ibibili, hindi rin naman good time for you to buy. Sorry, nare-realize ko lang ngayon kasi ngayon ko lang din binabasa to, kasabay nyo din. Sabi ko nga sa inyo, I'm teaching myself, I'm making myself aware, but at the same time, I wanted to share this with you then. So, as a seller, bababa ang presyo. So, as a buyer, maiisip ko, baka ito yung better time for me to buy because mababa ang presyo. But, on the other side naman, bumaba ang presyo pero tataas ang mortgage rates. Bakit? Nakalagay dito, the tariffs could also affect the overall economy, potentially leading to changes in interest rates. If the Bank of Canada decides to adjust rates to combat inflation, homeowners might see an increase in mortgage rates, making it a bit more expensive to maintain or refinance a home. So, yun yung sinasabi namin before na parang as a buyer, parang wala talagang perfect time to buy a home because usually talaga ganyan yan. Bumaba ang presyo ng bahay, tataas ang interest. Bumaba ang interest, tataas ang presyo ng bahay. Noon lang talaga nag-pandemic na medyo sabay silang bumaba. Doon kami nakabili nung very first home namin sa Canada. Nabili namin siya, na-close namin siya ng November 2020. COVID-19, end of 2019 yon. So, nakabili kami November 2020. So, yun yung medyo lockdown pa nun. Kasi natandaan ko dito sa Canada, nag-start ng lockdown ng March 2020. Tapos, November 2020, nakabili kami. Yun siya. Diba? Homeowner. Ano yung epekto sa akin as a homeowner? Similar with being a rental property owner, higher construction and renovation costs. So, kung magpapagawa kami ng aming deck, baka medyo mas mahal din siya. Tinanong ko si Google kasi parang alam ko naman Canada galing yung mga raw materials like lumber, steel. Pero sabi ni Google ay meron din na nanggaling from US. So, somehow it will be affected. Kasi may types of lumber, may types of material na hindi pa rin local to Canada. So, tama naman na wala talagang mananalo sa tariff war kasi wala. It's a lose-lose situation. Everyone is gonna be negatively impacted about this. So, yun. Increased home appliances prices, nabanggit na natin yan, and higher mortgage rates. So, yun. So, yun yung mga epekto sa atin, di ba? Natututo tayo, guys. Okay, so tinanong ko si Google, what can I do? What should I do now, 'di ba? So number one, be smart about your purchases. Nasabi ko na kanina, stay informed. So although sa akin hindi talaga ako mahilig sa politics, pero this is what I did as soon as I heard about it. Kasi gusto ko naman malaman na ano ba epekto nito sa akin. So always stay informed and be smart about your purchases. Sabi ko nga, alamin niyo kung yung mga local and yung mga local brands, mga domestic brands, and support it, 'di ba? And talk to the community, especially if you're a newcomer. Yun, awareness talaga siya kung yun talaga yung key. So syempre, let's be extra vigilant din kasi tinanong ko siya, so what can happen going forward? This was mentioned earlier too na we will not go back to 3 months ago. Yung Canada will not be able to go back 3 months ago. Yung relationship with US, hindi na yun mababalik ever. Because never na tayo mag-trust sa kanila the same way as we trust them in the past. Yung mga ganon. May tension na for sure. And then, on the brighter side, yung opportunity lang for the local products. So, there's gonna be some pressure din. Kasi, di ba, if before nag-i-import, ngayon, because we're gonna depend mostly on local products, there is a chance na talagang ma-push sila na we have to go big quite soon. Parang ganon. And also, need to do budget adjustments. So, if it's either you're gonna increase your budget or you're gonna forgo some of the things na dati binibili mo. Ganon. So yun lang guys. What is Canada's government doing about it? Quickly I ask Google, and it says na in response to US tariffs, Canada has introduced its own tariffs amounting to a 25% tax on US imports worth around 30 billion. This is an effort to balance things out and protect Canadian businesses and consumers. If the US continues to impose these tariffs, Canada plans to raise its own tariffs up to 155 billion in the future. So I think putting the number out there, kasi nagtataka ako bakit very number-oriented itong si Trudeau earlier when he's making the announcement. Talagang sinasabi niya 155 billion or 30 billion. I think it's because thinking from the other president's point of view na siya kasi ay very business-minded. So, businessman make decision based on numbers talaga. So, I think this is an effort to make them see na ito yung extent nung kayang magawa nung tariff na i-impose namin. So, I think it's pretty smart and yun. So, again, let's be updated lang sa mga ganitong kaganapan. Sa Pilipinas, nung kabataan ko, hindi ko naman to iniintindi. Pero ngayon, dahil nga tayo ay mga mature citizens of Canada, kailangan natin itong malaman. Some workers pala in manufacturing, construction, retail job can get affected by this. Yun pala yung hindi ko nabanggit kanina. Job uncertainty. So, manufacturing and construction workers, baka magkaroon ng mga layoffs kasi may mga even business closures, i-expect na natin yan, di ba? May mga hindi makakasabay dun sa ganitong pangyayari. Retail workers din, kasi may mga brands na directly from US, they might close, they might lay off people, kasi sabi nga dito, retail workers might feel the impact indirectly. Prices of imported goods rise, some business could cut back on inventory, reduce the number of stores they operate, especially if they're focused on imported goods from the US. This could lead to fewer retail positions or less hiring. And then supply chain workers, so increased workloads but also potential job losses if companies find it harder to operate profitably. So yun. So there's a lot of job uncertainties, and because of the increased cost of living, so of course magkakaroon ng pressure for pushing higher wage. So, yun. Madaming ganap, diba? Sabi dito, skilled trades. Ito, maraming Pilipino na electrician, plumbers, carpenters. Ano yung epekto sa kanila? Skilled laborers in sectors like construction, renovation, manufacturing might experience higher demand if construction or renovation projects continue despite rising material cost. However, if projects are delayed or scaled back, it could result in fewer job opportunities. So, depende pa rin, no? So, ito yung mga possible. Of course, there are benefits, possibility na sa local producers or farmers kasi tatry natin silang mas i-support. And yun, I think that's it. So sana guys nakatulong ito sa inyo, at kung meron pa akong matututunan na ibang mga bagong information, i-share ko din yan sa inyo. Again guys, I don't want to make it very political. Hindi ito about whether I support this or support that. It's really just about me trying to understand how these new rules will affect me as a citizen of Canada. So sana nakatulong to sa inyo, and kung may katanungan kayo, additional comments, punta lang kayo sa comment section sa baba. Please like, subscribe, and share this video to your friends. We appreciate all the support. Salamat sa panonood, and we'll see you again in the next video.